Imagine stepping off a canoe and into the bustling heart of Tenochtitlan at the height of its power. The city rises from the lake like a dream, bright, orderly, and full of life. Canals crisscross the island like streets, with people gliding through them in boats filled with fruits, flowers, and colorful cloth. Tall stone temples stretch into the sky, their steps lined with priests and offerings. In the great market, thousands of people gather to trade everything from gold jewelry and feathered capes to cacao beans and woven baskets. The smell of roasted corn and spicy chili fills the air. Children laugh, dancers perform, and drum beats echo from the temples. The city is alive with movement, color, and sound, a place of wonder and energy, more organized and grand than almost any city in Europe at the time. Tenochtitlan is not just a city, it is the shining center of a powerful empire. The Aztecs built one of the most powerful and advanced civilizations in the Americas before Europeans arrived. They were skilled builders, farmers, artists, and warriors. Their way of life was rich and complex, and it all began with a legend. The Aztecs believed their gods told them to find a special place to build their city. They were told to look for an eagle sitting on a cactus with a snake in its mouth. After many years of wandering, they finally saw this sign on a small island in the middle of Lake Texcoco. There, around the year 1325, they began building their city. It was hard at first. The land was swampy, but they found ways to make it work. They built canals, bridges, and floating gardens called chinampas to grow food. Over time, Tenochtitlan grew into one of the largest cities in the world, with hundreds of thousands of people. The Aztec Empire was made up of many different peoples and cities, all ruled by the emperor in Tenochtitlan. The emperor was seen as the most important person in the empire, chosen by nobles and priests, and believed to have a special connection to the gods. The Aztecs had a strong military, and they expanded their empire by conquering other groups. When they won a battle, they often asked the conquered people to pay tribute, gifts like food, gold, or cloth, instead of taking over their land. Religion was a big part of Aztec life. The Aztecs believed in many gods, each in charge of something different. There were gods of rain, sun, farming, and war. One of the most important gods was Huitzilopochtli, the god of the sun and war. The Aztecs believed the sun needed strength to rise each day, and that strength came from offerings. They gave food, animals, and sometimes, in very serious ceremonies, even human lives. This may seem strange today, but to the Aztecs, it was a sacred duty. They believed these sacrifices helped keep the universe in balance. The Aztecs were also amazing artists and builders. They created beautiful jewelry from gold and jade. They wove colorful cloth and painted codices, books made from bark or deerskin. These books told stories of their gods, kings, and daily life. Their temples were tall and made of stone. The biggest was the Templo Mayor, or Great Temple, in the center of Tenochtitlan. It had 2 staircases and 2 shrines on top, one for the god of rain and one for the god of war. Education was important in Aztec society. Most children went to school, but boys and girls learned different things. Boys studied farming, war, or government. Girls learned cooking, weaving, and taking care of the home. Children of nobles studied more subjects like history, astronomy, and religion. The Aztecs kept careful records using pictures and symbols. They also had a calendar that helped them track time and plan religious events. The Aztec way of life changed suddenly in the early 1500s when Spanish explorers arrived. In 1519, Hernán Cortés came to Mexico with a small army. At first, the Aztecs welcomed the Spanish, thinking they might be messengers from the gods, but things quickly turned violent. Cortés made friends with enemies of the Aztecs and marched toward Tenochtitlan. In 1521, after many battles and a terrible siege, the Spanish took over the city. The Aztec Empire fell, and much of their culture was destroyed. Even though the empire ended, the Aztec legacy is still alive. People in Mexico today still speak Nahuatl, the Aztec language. Many foods the Aztecs grew, like tomatoes, chocolate, corn, and chili peppers, are eaten all over the world. Modern Mexico City was built on top of the old Aztec capital, and archaeologists continue to find temples, statues, and artifacts that tell us more about this amazing civilization. The story of the Aztecs is one of great vision, strength, and creativity. From a small group of wanderers, they built one of the most powerful civilizations in the Americas. With courage and determination, they turned a swampy island into Tenochtitlan, a grand city of temples, markets, and canals. Their knowledge of farming, building, and astronomy helped their empire grow strong. They honored their gods with great care and believed they had a duty to keep the universe in balance. Their artwork, language, and deep respect for nature and tradition show a people who were not only warriors, but also thinkers, builders, and artists. The Aztecs left behind more than ruins. They left behind ideas, inventions, and a lasting spirit of greatness. Even though their empire ended with the arrival of the Spanish, the Aztecs' legacy still lives on. The foods they grew are now shared around the world. Their language, Nahuatl, is still spoken in parts of Mexico today. Many traditions and beliefs have been passed down through generations. In the heart of modern Mexico City, the remains of Tenochtitlan still stand, reminding people of the empire that once rose from the lake. The Aztecs teach us that even in the face of challenge, people can create something extraordinary. Their story is a powerful reminder of how human beings can build, imagine, and leave a mark on the world that lasts far beyond their time.